Clothing and shelter is said to be the basic necessity of life across the globe. In Ghana, of the three, shelter or the housing sector seem to be enjoying some boom, especially in the national capital, beautifying our skylines. Not a single day passes without the springing up of new structures. In recent times, most people are putting up more of story structures compared to what existed some few years back. The hot spectacle today is that many Ghanaian houses are being built with glasses. These glass buildings are normally found in areas noted for the middle class as well as some corporate areas. Shopping malls and religious organizations cannot be left out in the use of these new building materials. One can easily tell by looking at the structure of an uncompleted building to tell what will be used in completing the facility, making it seem that people are gradually moving away from the use of liver blades. The use of liver blades seems to be a thing of the past or can be seen only in old buildings. Beauty is said to be the driving force behind the use of these new glasses in our building industry. Herein lies the problem.
It has to do with ventilation.
Okay.
Naturally occurring radioactive material is everywhere. And you could have uranium as a mineral which could be in deposits, not necessarily in commercial quantities. If at the location of your building you have some of these material releasing radioactive materials, particularly radon gas, then if you use these glazing windows where ventilation is absent, you are likely to get concentration of radon in the room.
Indeed, the finishing of these buildings are beautiful. Experts say the rise in the use of sliding doors and windows as part of a new building technology could contribute to the buildup of radioactive particles in the body.
If you use these glazing windows where ventilation is absent, you are likely to get concentration of radon in the room. And radon, when inhaled, will affect your breathing systems, and that could lead to cancer of the lungs. So this is what we were saying. The use of these glazing windows will lead to lack of effective ventilation, which could lead to cancer, probably if you have material which has radon in it. It is even expected that before you build, the EPA and some other institutions like the Radiation Protection Institute of the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission should come and look at the mineral resource in the environment there. And by that they will be able to tell you if there are the likelihood of radon gas emission in the locality. If you have them, then you have to take precaution such that the emanation of these gases into the room would be curtailed.
For some, once they can afford to use air conditions in their glass houses, there is nothing to fear.
If the air condition, as you think, does not allow the concentration of radon in the room, then fine. But if it is not able to do that, then of course the problem is not solved. We are talking about concentration of radon and such gases in the room that you occupy.
Some attribute their use of these glasses in building to climate change and the fact that we live in the tropics. What do the experts say?
We are born into an environment where when you leave your room, you definitely have to come into the open and enjoy the environment as it is. Estate developers, to me, should take note that just as they have to go to the EPA for environmental impact assessment, they need to also agree to look at the level of naturally radioactive materials in the environment where they are going to put up their estates. And if they do, they'll be able to determine where they need to be mindful of whether glazing windows would work or not.
What should be the best material for ventilation in our building industry in Ghana?
I would even have advised that we use the louver plates, which gives effective inflow and outflow of wind and air into our rooms. Beauty in this case does not necessarily lead to safety. And we want to assure ourselves that once we also admire the beauty, we also are mindful of our health.
There is no doubt that the end product of these glass houses in our building industry is beautiful. But as Professor Geoffrey Ebi Reynolds puts it, beauty does not necessarily translate to health. So the question is, will you go for beauty or safety and health? The answer is yours.